angels come home at last. Don't you wish I were a singer? We're going to talk about Sunset Boulevard today. What you need to know. Previews start tonight, so let's get into it. Hello friends, my name is Katharine Quinn. I am a 30-something living in New York and working on Broadway. Last year I worked on Shucked and How to Dance in Ohio. This year I'm working on The Great Gatsby on Broadway, The Roommate on Broadway, other shows TBD. As always, the YouTube fam is the first to find out. And today we are talking about Sunset Boulevard.
Headline Boulevard.
I'm so excited about this revival. I was so excited that we have it in New York. I had the great fortune of seeing this on the West End last year. The video up here from my original visit. Spoiler alert, I absolutely loved it. I unequivocally recommend this. We're gonna get into a few of the reasons why, what theater it's at, what you should know before you go. So let's get into this quick and dirty rundown. First of all, what the heck is Sunset Boulevard? Quick overview. Sunset Boulevard is a musical by Andrew Lloyd Webber and Don Black. It's a musical that is based on the 1950 classic film. The original production of Sunset Boulevard, the musical, premiered in London in 1993. It then opened on Broadway the following year in 1994. The general plot of the musical is we're following Norma Desmond. She is our hero, she is our protagonist. She is a film star, her heyday is past, and she is desperate for a comeback.
All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
That is sort of the general premise that we are walking into. It's worth noting, this musical on its own is not one of my favorite musicals of all time, or even one of my favorite musicals, period, or even a musical I particularly love.
When you said Sunset Boulevard, I was like, that's your big idea?
However, this production is exceptional. Much of that is to do with Jamie Lloyd and the way this production is constructed, which we'll get into. But another reason it's so exceptional is Nicole Scherzinger. Now, you may know Nicole Scherzinger from the Pussycat Dolls, but she's also an incredibly talented stage actress with a massive grande dame voice. It's gorgeous. Stunning acting, stunning movement. I mean, she's like a really true triple threat. I went into this production on the West End sort of having like mid-level expectations. I'd heard very good things, but I was like, I'm not really a Sunset person, whatever. And like within 60 seconds, I was like, oh, this is my favorite thing I've seen on our trip. It was my favorite thing I saw there.
Something's happening here that's very exciting.
So Jamie Lloyd has a very distinct style. He has his own theater company that produces these revivals, and it's definitely got its own aesthetic, and it's not for everyone, it's definitely for me. I saw his Cyrano de Bergerac at BAM with James McAvoy. Didn't know I liked that show so much. If you're gonna be like a super nerd about it, I hear the text of shows, I process it better in Jamie Lloyd productions than pretty much anybody else. It is all about the words, all about the text. It is aesthetically stunning. So historically, like the original Broadway production and the first revival of Sunset, huge lavish set, like stunning staircase. It's so interesting with this Jamie Lloyd production, you really enter Norma's mind and you enter a little bit more of like her headspace, and like it is much more of a thriller when it is pared down. And the bodies in space are part of the set, part of the structure. There is not a moment that I found boring or where I wasn't engaged or where I knew what was coming. It's just a thrilling piece of theater. It lives up to the hype. I cannot wait to see it again. Let's talk a little bit about the performances. Let's talk about a little bit the nuts and bolts of what we need to know about this production. I will not spoil any individual moments. If you want spoilers, you can head to TikTok, but I don't recommend it. I'm so glad I didn't know some things that have become famous about this production going into it, and I went in not knowing a thing. I think it is the best way to go into this production. Let's go through the cast first. Norma. So Norma's an incredibly demanding role. So Nicole Scherzinger is our standard Norma. Mandy Gonzalez is going to be Norma at certain performances. And then standby for Norma is Caroline Bowman, which excites me very much. I really want to see her in this role. I've heard nothing but absolute incredible things, particularly about her as Elsa, which she did on the road for 5 years. I really want to see her do this. Okay, we have Tom Francis as Joe, and he's so good. He's so phenomenal. He's so incredible.
Wanted my parking space at Warner.
Then we have Grace Hodgett-Young, also absolutely remarkable as Betty Shaper. David Thaxton as Max. Those are all returning from the West End production, and they're incredible. Then the ensemble is mostly people I do not know, which I love. I'm sure I've seen many of these people in other Broadway shows. This is playing at the St. James Theater. Let's talk about dates. So I'm releasing this video on the first date of previews, which is September 28th, 2024, and I'm smiling. I'm just so excited. excited.
Sunset Boulevard is coming to Broadway 2024, baby.
Official opening night is October 20th, 2024. I'm just so excited about this. And as far as I know, it's an open-end run. If you were curious about other shows in the season, click the link up here. If you would like to know how to get some cheap or discounted seats on Broadway, you can click this video for my ticketing advice. I have tons and tons of advice videos and edutainment style videos about Broadway, what shows you should see, where you should sit, all that jazz. So feel free to have a look around. If you have a question about Sunset Boulevard, feel free to leave it in the comments. I do my best to answer as many questions as possible in there. If you enjoyed this video, if you could like, comment, and/or subscribe, it would mean so much to me as a new YouTube creator. I also invite you to follow me on Instagram and TikTok @ Katharine Quinn. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited about this show. I hope you get to see it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.